All right, I think we are live. Catherine, I hope you're still with us. I'm gonna try my hand at some tournament games. People have been asking me to cast some more of these tournament games, so here we are. This is the round of 16. These games were played earlier. If you're familiar with the outcome, no need to spoil it for anybody. But let's, I guess, just dive right in. And if you're here, come say hello. And let's take a look. By the way, this is the round of 16 between Hera and Villese. Villese currently playing in red and Hera in blue. Just going to go hit the play button. Let's get the ball rolling. We are on Spiral for game number 1. If you're not familiar why it's called Spiral, take a look at the map and you will see exactly why. This kind of looks like that creepy death scene from the first episode of Game of Thrones right at the end, where the bodies are all littered in the style of a spiral. Seems to be a neutral fence here, blocking the way to some cow and a sheep. Aaron, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Glad to catch you live. Sean, yeah, we've got the Italians in red from Villese, Hera in blue. This is adorable, by the way. Do you place your mill inside of here? Actually, yeah, it's 3x3 inside, so you can place a mill. Let's take a look at Spiral and see what we're working with. Hera is playing as the poles. If you saw the video from Saturday, you you know how badass those poles can be in the late stages of the game. Lemmy, I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for watching, and thanks for joining live. And let's take a look and see. There's a bit of water in the center here, so I don't know if we're going to get to see docks. I don't know if we're going to get to see people taking these fish, not shorefish. Interesting. Okay, so these are shorefish, even though this guy's just as close. This is a patch of salmon, I guess homegrown salmon. The opening got cut off. I'm hoping that the computer doesn't crash today as it did the last night, or on a Friday night, rather. I'm hoping all the transitions and end screens that I installed don't end up screwing me over. Pretty good computer that I have, and so fingers crossed, no real issues. Yeah, the poles are like, I've been saying this frequently. If not the most synergistic Civ, it's one of them. One of the top 3 or 4 for sure. All of their bonuses, features, kind of work with one another so perfectly. Aaron, you think there's going to be dock fighting? Well, so far, the players, one has docked to the bottom, one has docked to the top. And like I said, if you've already seen this, if you already watched this series, you know how it ends. No spoilers at all. At the end, no predictions whatsoever. I do not like to make predictions. Probably why I don't really cast tournament games very often, because a lot of tournament games, if you watch like the bigger streamers, the bigger casters, Memb, who is amazingly hosting this tournament, T90, all of them, they like to predict a lot. What civs the players will pick, what openings the players will pick. I'm more of a viewer in the early stages of the game. If it does, it's your fault. No, I hope there are no issues. Last time it was installing updates in the middle of the stream, and so anyway, if you're not familiar, Warlords tournament hosted by Memb, one of the OG awesome best casters we've got in the community, and it's a 9 villager start. It's not Empire Wars, so you still do start in the Dark Age. You see the Roman numeral 1 next to the players, but you do start with 9 villagers. Villese are Italian. On the water, you're not going to be able to compete with the Italians. Their techs are cheaper and their fishing ships are cheaper, so they'll be able to save a lot of money and pump you the hell out of your lake. And we'll see, by the way, what happens in the center. It's not a lot of gold in the center, but enough to incentivize the players, since especially you only start with 2 patches of gold right next to your town center. It looks like 4 patches on either side of your base. For Villese, it's down here and up here. But there is a big incentive here to take the center. Villese is the first to hit the next age. Of course, he has these Italians. They pay 15% less. Jay Doles, hello, hello. Oh, Sean, I appreciate that. I'm glad to hear. Looks like Villese got the first kill of the game, draws first blood, not only of the game, but of the round of 16. As Scout gets that, I'm assuming, shore fisherman, and then runs away. Oh, these lily pads are so annoying. Your units can hit and run on the water. Twitch is, Catherine, Twitch has also been making my phone hot. It's a very graphics intensive platform. And so I don't know if they're planning on fixing that anytime soon, but my phone also gets, especially if my screen, if I'm feeling, you know, like I want to waste some battery space and put the screen on not 20% brightness, it really eats up everything. Let's see if it's visible all on the map. No, it is not. It looks like the players have been exploring on their own. Yeah, definitely not visible like some of those other maps are. And here we go. Rage Forest style. The players are beginning to fight over these lakes, over what few hundred salmon exist here. Ooh, J Doles, what are we eating tonight? Hopefully something tasty. Oh god. Yeah. Phone malfunctions are the worst. Let's see what's going on. Villese has discovered? Yeah, so he's discovered where Hera is. Has Hera discovered where he is? Not yet. So Hera's made no effort to explore the other side of the map. Villese is attacking his dock. His scout might die here. And then we got a few of these light cavalry units for our pole who are already out. I thought this was supposed to be Fix and Mem's version of the game. Mem had a specific special version of the game, a patch, I guess, whatever you want to call it, that fixed the stacking issue. But you wouldn't tell it by what we just saw here with these 4 pole light cavalry who now will discover, and by the way, we'll run into a spearman. Not too sure that's that big of a deterrent, although maybe 2 are. Ooh, grilled cheese. Yummy, yummy. Dock continues. It looks like Hera's abandoned the dock entirely. I think he realizes he can't really compete with the Italians on the water. Not if he wants to fully max out his land army. And speaking of that, he gets another kill. Spearman shoos this force away, getting a bit sandwiched as Hera, but the quicker maneuverability goes to him with the pole light cav. Looks like the fire ships got that scout, and looks like the rest of it retreated up here to the north. Jetty, how are you? I hope I do these tournament games justice. Can't say I've casted that many tournament games. I mean, I was involved in the fastest chaos deathmatch one, but in terms of these higher kind of top 16 players, let's see. Learning curve for everybody tonight, I guess. Kill count 8 to 4. Villese has killed 4 villagers to 3, or at least 4 economic units to 3. I'm not sure if they're villagers or fishing ships. It does look like Hera lost a bunch of fishing ships here, so it's probably a mixture of both. And that's it. Our pole is no longer on the water. Not to the south, 0 attempt to the north, and as yet, no one has taken the center. Villese is pushing out with those Italian spearmen. As Hera returns home, he is on, I guess, relic search. Oh, so sour. Just go a little bit south as well. The Ghoul, nice to see you. Chicken and grilled cheese. glass of wine and some chicken. Ooh, sorry, I missed your message, Aaron. That also sounds pretty damn good. We saw a video earlier today of somebody who recommended red wine and Coca-Cola. Not that I've ever tried it myself, but if anyone here has tried it, let me know if it's any good. It looked really good. But let's see what the players are doing behind this. Our Italian full-on fishing. 9 fishing ships, 3 fire galleys to defend. He's going to go cavalry at the 15-minute mark of the game, as he is going to hit Castle Age ahead of his opponent by about a minute, over a minute. So he's going to have a bit of a timing advantage over Hera, who has turtled up. Aside from those scouts up here, oh, those shallow waters, damn it. Aside from those scouts, he does not have very much map vision at all, our pole, and so he is turtling up. I'm surprised no one is taking these berries, although I'm the pole less surprised than the Italian, although they are pretty damn forward. And so easy for sniping, although if you put in villagers inside, you can easily wall this off with a few palisades. Forward siege workshop for our Italian. Coke and orange Fanta is amazing. Interesting. Yeah, Aaron, mixed together. I don't know. Yeah, apparently it's one of those things where you see it on Instagram. So there's like a 50% chance it's amazing, and there's a 50% chance of bullshit. Homemade tacos for Marco. Damn. I wish. My favorite Mexican restaurant's like 40 minutes away. So Hera's just continuing to scout. I think he's in this location. He wants to catch potential sight of any kind of reinforcing units or units streaming across the map, as well as try to get any kind of damage. Look at this one fishing ship, 2 HP. You're gonna have to be very protective of that fishing ship, but both players are now in castle. What is our pole going to do? He's got 1 villager on stone, so I don't think we're gonna get to see Schlachter privileges anytime soon. Second town center is going up for him. Villese, 1 town center aggression. You got to be so careful. You have no clue what's going to pop out of that pole stable. They are equally capable of killing you with light cavalry, heavy cavalry, 2 monasteries. So he is expecting a huge cavalry push. Is our pole, I think, but town center gets denied. Or will we get to see redemption and he's going to go? I mean, Hera doesn't even have the gold for a monk. Who cares? Let alone redemption. He's got 2 monks training, though. And here we go. He sees a few more villagers coming in. Can't really chase into them with that knight. Full health against his 3 weaker light cap, but a few healthier ones pop out. Did he even attack the villager? Yeah, got 1 swipe off at her. By the way, what's this? He's got some light cap up here as well. So Hera keeping tabs on various parts of the map. Busted his own palisade so he can bring in his light cavalry. Is he just planning a massive light cavalry push of humanity? Our Italian sees it as well, goes light cavalry of his own. And look at this, the Italian is trying to convert light cav. Good luck to you. Good luck. Spezi in Germany. Hera's getting pushed into here now. He's going very far off campus with another town center. This one got denied up here. Let's see what he can do with light cav. Whole light cav don't really excel in early castle, to be honest. Will he get a conversion? No, he doesn't. So he's out of monks. He's out of gold is our pole. And he does not have Schlachter. He does not have a castle. He does not have anything. So right now, honestly, he's not exactly the Magyar or the Berbers here with the cheaper cavalry units. He is just a basic cavalry. Although he does manage to get 1 conversion, probably will get 2. It's been going on for a while. If he can keep getting conversions, if he can keep turning the army counts around, he definitely will be able to hold on to this. By the way, this is his only gold. These 7 villagers, he did not take the gold to the north of his base. He did not take the gold to the west of his base. Although this town center, why is it placed over here? Very strange location for the town center. Yeah, I like Villese is Finnish, right, Chevy? I think he's from Finland. Hera's base is getting real pressed into here. That being said, for all the maneuverability, he is keeping up in villager count and army count. So Villese is not really getting the critical damage that he needs done, especially with 13 villagers in here. Villese's got to be careful. He's fighting underneath a town center, and he is not training any military at all right now. Why? He's banking resources as our Italian. Remember, again, they pay 15% less to go up to the next stage. Is he just trying to go up to Imperial? No, he's getting monks. How badly are his units injured? Pretty damn bad. Okay, players disengage. A bit of bloody noses. Scraped knees. Aaron, yeah, I'm hoping to. If it goes to the 7th game, then we'll cast those. And then if we have time, we'll jump into the Leary freaking Andy series as well. By the way, very strange of Hera that he's not really scouting with these units. Hera usually more on point. Oh, but he is catching up. He's getting bloodlines, which our Italian has had for a while. Now he's going across the map, perhaps to try to catch villagers, to cause some damage. But this Italian base is pretty walled off. He's not vulnerable here, not vulnerable here. Finally activates those light cavalry units, but there's a knight here. And he shoos him the hell away. 1.5 movement speed, 1.35. So no husbandry yet for our Italian. Husbandry right now being researched for our poll. So Hera's army is going to be weaker, but he's going to have a lot more of it if he keeps going the light cavalry route. Because with 1, 2, 3, 4 full works and a whole bunch of villagers jacking lumber in the middle of nowhere, yeah, he is in no risk of any kind of food shortage. And he feels so confident he's getting wheelbarrow. Okay. So Hera is very confident that he can hold here. He's down 3 times the army count, but look at the villager count, civilian population count. He is ahead, and now actually they're on par. So again, Villese, as much as he's pushing into here, might get a few villagers now. He's not really getting critical damage done. He is just trading out army for army, which, you know, when you're a cost-cutting civilization, is probably in your favor, right? Cheaper university techs, cheaper gunpowder units, cheaper going up to the next age. Hera gets the monk. Hera gets another monk. Good pickoffs there. Hexit, nice to see you. But gotta be careful at the town center. Is this the first time, by the way, that Villese has discovered the town center? Yes, it is. So he knows his opponent. But again, Hera, gold miners, very exposed here. Now Hera's going to do what Hera loves to do when he's getting pressed into, which is run to the other side of the map. 8 villager kills to 5, 25 villager kills, 25 total kills to 22. Villese is just not sticking around. He's got 1 attack upgrade. Hera's got an attack and armor. Of course, right as I say that, Villese's armor upgrade completes as well, and he's finally getting husbandry. Finally getting husbandry. Oh, starting to lose fire ships. To the north, kind of a peaceful. Are these guys all gathering from the same fishing trap? What is that? What is this? This is a bit weird. This is very weird. But a few villagers here, a few villagers there. Look at the villager kill count now. 13 to 6 for our Italian. Your mom, yes, I'm hoping we'll see how this one goes and how exhausted I am. And then I'll see if I can have the energy to cast the Leary freaking Andy series. Hexit, no, this is a replay. It was played a few hours ago. Unfortunately, my baby was demanding a lot of time. He's going through a sleep regression, which if you have a baby and you've undergone their sleep regression is not fun for anybody. So I unfortunately didn't get to it live. But that just means I'm just going to load the games one right after the other, one right after the other. We don't have to wait for them to load into the lobby and pick their civilizations and stuff like that. Hera, by the way, has cleaned this all up. Man, that full work and the food ability to generate extra 8% every time is so ridiculously powerful. Yeah, I've got a Pepsi actually next to me. Yeah, Jetty, I don't know if that's I don't know if they're actually working. I think there's only 2 that are working their fishing traps, and then the 2 are idle. Because Red's got 7 idle units, and Hera's cleaned this up. He held. He took fights underneath the town center. He survived. But here we go, a whole bunch of dead villagers now. Villese, 17 villager kills to 7, but Hera's brought his knights. And he's going up to Imperial, and he's getting a castle. By the way, they're both going up to Imperial at the exact same time, literally seconds apart. Damn you and that one monk inside of here, says Hera, as he now wants the Viper in these 2 knights. Oh, look at that. A couple of pet knights for him, but should have built a stone gate, I guess, instead of a palisade gate, as the knights do escape. Few light cav escape as well. So Villese is getting damage done. He's got more kills on the whole, both civilian and military. But let's take a look at the stats. He's down now half the army count, and he's down 5 villagers. Our poll, This is the last thing you want to see on the map if you're facing against the Poles. Look at the folwarks. Look at the number of town centers. Yeah. You don't want to let him get up to this. What is he doing? He's going up to Imperial, as we saw. Genoese crossbow. Interesting location for a castle. Okay. I guess he was being pressed to here in the front. His infrastructure completely cleared out, with the exception of a house and some foundation, and another Italian castle being placed. By the way, Genoese crossbows are absolutely going to wreck the cavalry. Sean loves it. We saw it during the live stream on Friday. Hera building a counter castle here to the south. Where is the Schlachter privileges? It is a castle age upgrade. He's got the resources. He doesn't really need to wait. There's a demo in the middle of random nowhere. And war galley upgrades. Okay. Hera's knights are now taking issue with the fishing. Funny that no one's taken the center at all. And this is exactly why I'm telling you guys. Sometimes I feel like making predictions in the games is a bit of a weird thing to do, because the developers obviously wanted everyone to fight over this center. They even put a relic here, but no one's fighting over the center. Uh-oh. Yeah, Jetty, they come with a big juicy bonus against cavalry units. I love the Genoese crossbows. I call them Ninja Turtles because of those giant Pavice shields on their backs. Look at them. This is Leonardo, Donatello, Michelangelo, and Raphael heading over here, and we're about to see them do what they do best. Just put a bunch of bolts in the back of a knight's head. He does have ballistics, and he's getting Silk Road. Okay. All right. Oh, man. I mean, Silk Road? Not Pavice? Is this a mistake? Look at how fast they wreck those knights. Okay, light cav attacking an outpost. By the way, our Italian is very decentralized, but his map presence is just as big as the Poles, who is now going Arbalesters with Bodkin. He's trying to bust into here, but there's a big fat wall off already. He's here with knights as well, but not too much he's going to accomplish with a town center castle combo. Where are those Genoese crossbows? They must be heading over here. Yes, they are. Hera's not noticing. Look at them go with their giant, adorable turtle shields. Aaron, it does. Up here to the top left and the top right, you'll see ballistics. Chemistry, no. Chemistry, you just have to click the unit and see if it's at a +3. And with Bracer at a +3, obviously no chemistry. And so that you kind of have to like figure out on your own. Hera, oh, mamma mia. How many additional 9 stables trying to bust into here, but the Genoese. I love these little bands of knights. I love the little bands of Genoese. And there's Pavice. Why the hell did he get Silk Road? Am I missing something? Somebody in the chat. Why did he get Silk Road? I'm trying to think. Doesn't that just make your trade units cheaper? What am I missing? Does it have a secondary function of some kind that I'm overlooking? That I probably shouldn't admit that I'm overlooking? It must be a misclick, right? Pavice for sure he needs. But you know what sucks about the Genoese crossbows is their range. 7 range to the 8 of the Arbalest. Although remember, Italians do get Arbalests. And with Pavice, they get better Arbalests than the Poles. Galleon. What is our Italian doing? I get your dock technologies are cheaper, but why are you investing in the water? Shooing away some villages here. Now it's Hera's turn to have a outpost here. So Hera, who was pushed into for the longest time, now dominantly controlling his side of the map. Our Italian dominantly controlling his side of the map. By the way, our Italian going for a pincer maneuver, flanking castles to the south, flanking castles to the north. Hera's not having any of it though, and there they are. There's Lakitic Legacy. He's learned from the game that we saw on Saturday, and he says, you know what, Lakitic Legacy light cavalry units are pretty damn good, even against the Genoese crossbow, who should probably be fighting. but should not be clumping. They should have been staggered. That was an absolute atrocious loss for our Italian. But with 4 castles, he's in no shortage of training these guys. Just has to stay the hell away from the arbalests. There's a galleon in the lake. Is that why he trained it? So Hera's throwing away units, but they are trash units, and they are being used to depopulate the more expensive gold units. There you are. There's your fire ship. The demo is still here. Now it's matured into a demo ship. Yeah, winged hussars are gorgeous. I fanboy on these units every single time I see them. Blue is also a particularly pretty color. So by the way, Hera sees that his opponent has flanked the map with castles. So what does he do? He's just going up the guts. And now he's claiming the center gold for himself as well. Genoese are on move command. And now this guy's on move command too. Okay, so one side is raiding with Genoese, one side is raiding with trample damage, winged hussars. Is a winged hussar a unique unit or a regional unit? I've never understood the difference in this game. I think it's like a made-up distinction. Oh god. Oh god, what a slaughter here. But does Villese carries at 140 villagers to the 145 of his opponent? Really? No. That can't be right. He gave up? He has 140 villagers. Oh, but the castle's... Oh, okay. Now the picture to the south is becoming a little bit more clear. Yeah, I mean, with Pavice, he should have some pretty good armor. Let's compare the stats, actually. 10 attack for both, 5 pierce armor to 2, because the Poles, they miss armor upgrades for all of their units except infantry. 7 range to 8, firing speed 1.7 to 1.7, and HP goes a little bit more to the Genoese. So the Genoese attacks the same, armor is better, and it has more HP, but I guess just the numbers here are not there for our Italian. Yeah, 5 to 11, you're outnumbered 2 to 1, so all those stats being bupkis. And yeah, now he's just getting picked off as he runs away. And even though, oh, it looks like the bombard ball could have potentially done some damage. Yeah, Villese really enveloped the map to the top and the bottom, but Hera just ignored it. Villese might have wanted to put down an outpost here so you could see the attack. And I think you're right. I think he didn't really know what to do against the quicker moving hussars. He placed down those small groups of crossbows, which did fantastically well, especially paired with castles. But at the end of the day, Hera, with his full works, how many did he have? Can throw those guys away all the live long day. 12 full works. Okay. Well, there we go. Hera takes game number 1. And yeah, Hera is just Hera is Hera. Hera is like the best player in the world right now for a reason. He's just a beast. He practices. Even when he's not live streaming, I'm assuming he's practicing. But everyone, enjoy this very quick animation while I load game number 2. Oh, wow, look at that. We are back in the game. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, exactly, Catherine. Now, like last, Saturday or Friday night, we wait to see if it crashes. Game number 2 is being played on Rage Forest, although bit of a splotchy, piebald Rage Forest situation here. One avenue of attack between the 2 players. Oh, look at this. This is adorable. Market this way, Smith that way. It's a sign. It has 1 HP. Okay, well, there you go. Villese, our Briton, by the way, in red. Hera playing as the Vietnamese. So we've got some cool archer civilizations. Extra HP, Imperial skirmishers versus, I mean, the OG archer civilization, right? And it looks like Villese wants nothing to do with our Vietnamese, although this is a big Wolf. And by the way, is this complete? Yeah, it is. These shrubs, these bushes always give me a bit of a strange visual. Oh my god, Mem, you absolute beast. You put the wild animals next to a bunch of dangerous animals. This is Mem playing, having as much fun as he possibly can with Rage Forest. Look at this. Let's follow Hera, his villager. Probably loomless. Yep, 15 HP. But so far, so good. Yeah, Hexit, these are two very powerful archer civilizations. Bears bite the dust. Boar bites the dust as well. Perfect location for him. And now it's Vilese's turn. We're now building a house. Yeah, like I said, one is the OG archer civilization, has the longbow, has extra range, both for free and an expensive yeoman upgrade. The other one has Imperial Skirmishers, rattan archers, which are basically Huskarls with a bow and arrow, fully upgraded. I think they've got 10 pierce armor. Look at this insanity. 3 bears and 1 boar. Okay, so he's going to try to pull it with a scout away from the bears. And on top of that, anything that comes out of a Vietnamese archery range comes with 20% more HP. It's like Viking infantry, Frankish cavalry, another boar, another deer. Yeah, exactly. He doesn't want Hera to see which way to the market, which way to the smith. I'm surprised that you can highlight this. I thought it would be something like these, Monet lily flowers that you can't really highlight, but there you go. Very adorable. And Villese showing us how it's done. Pulling a boar is with a scout is not easy for 2 reasons. Number one, your scout is much quicker than a villager, and so the line of sight on these boars, I think it's either 3 or 4 tiles, can easily screw you over. And then on top of that, the boars, if I can find one more, they come with attack bonuses, if you didn't know that. Camel 8, Cavalry 3, Eagle Warrior 4, and then aside from that, just a regular melee attack of 7. I think Hera might be doing the same thing here. Well, Hexit, we're about to find out. Aaron, that might be true. It's also true for the Britons, though. In Castle Age, if you don't research yeomen, basically the only advantage you have with the Britons is your crossbowmen have 1 extra range. Oh god, this scout has 5 HP. Tiago. Let's see it. I mean, that being said, if you want to fully upgrade your Vietnamese army of archers and skirmishers, yeah, late game is you need the Imperial Skirmisher, you need the rattan to be fully upgraded. Hera pulling it again. Never mind. I thought he would go with his scout. Villager with the basket and the spade stops for a second. How's everyone doing tonight, by the way? Enjoying the tournament games, enjoying the tournament casts, hopefully. Enjoying some slick new animations that yours truly has put in. Although I'm not going to brag too much. On Friday, if you were here with us on Friday, I was so proud of myself. I was patting myself on the back. And then the second I turned on the transition, or, for those of us in the industry, we call it a stinger transition, the computer crashed. And it began installing updates and then crashed and froze. Okay, Market Blacksmith. Look at Memb. This is how you know the man plays a lot of Rage Forest. He knows Quick Castle when he sees it. Market Blacksmith for both players. This kind of big opening is very good for the Cumans. It's very good for the Saracens. Anyone who has cheaper structures. Is it the Bohemians who have the cheaper university? I'm trying to think. I forget which civilization has the much cheaper university structure. Lots and lots of tree stumps, so if anyone ever wants to stop and think. By the way, there are 3 relics also on each side of the map. Not exactly any lakes. Well, let's take a look at the resources on Rage for a Black Forest. So the usual 8,400 stone, 28.5k gold. Okay. It looked like he wanted to put down a secondary wall here, but I think maybe not seeing Hera do anything He decided against it. Oh, it's the Malians? Okay, there you go. Why did I think it was the Burgundians? Bohemians. You can tell it's been a long day. In any event, anybody with a cheaper structure of any kind, you know who would absolutely hate this? The Huns. Not being able to put down any kind of houses here whatsoever. Hera's scout continuing to circle. At this point, might as well just put him on auto scout or just leave him here next to this area. I'm surprised that Hera's not that interested in scouting here, right? You don't know if your opponent is pressing in. Your opponent controls this palisade wall, can delete it at any time, and bring in an army, especially since he's heading up to Castle Age just like you are, at the exact same time that you are, by the way. Villese with 3 seconds less idle time on his TC will hit the next age basically at the same exact time. And there we go. Now Hera decides to go and explore what's up there. Byzantines, Malay, 25 minutes just trebbing walls. Yeah, that happens on Rage Forest. Another thing that happens on Rage Forest is booming. 1, 2, 3 extra town centers for our Vietnamese, 2 extra for our Britain. I'm surprised our Britain's only going for 2. Their town centers are 50% cheaper than usual. In terms of wood, I should say. Still cost the same amount of stone. And now Hera's keeping an eye on this area. So he's going to see Red Scout. Red is going to see him. This is like the border between India and Pakistan, where they have those awesome parades and ceremonies that they do. So they're just going to stare at one another. Hera's just going to be annoying, force a villager to come and repair this, even though he doesn't really have anything to insert himself into the other side of the map with, except that scout. His scout, by the way, a lot healthier than Villese's, who took a bunch of damage from those boars. And there you go. You forced a bunch of idle time from one villager who had to stop getting stone just as you're approaching the castle 650. And Villese says, you know what, forget it. I don't want to keep wasting time here with my villager. I'm just going to build a house. Hera tries to attack this palisade, that palisade. 33 villagers to 32. Okay, so our Vietnamese is focusing on food right now, getting his numbers up. Our Britain on wood and gold, it looks like. And there's the castle hidden from sight. Hera is not going to see this castle at all. I don't think this castle will reach him. I don't need to think. I can see the squircle. Okay. Surprisingly, in Castle Age, no one is building monasteries, which usually is a very immediate thing to do. Do they not plan on waiting around to find out here? Any military structures at all? No. None at all for you. Not at all for you. I would say Hera's trying to rush up to Imperial, but with 33 food in the bank, I don't know about that. Villese strangely leaving this part of the wall off exposed and open. I guess this is where he'll delete his palisade and move in. I'm assuming Villese is going to be the one to be aggressive on this map because he's the only one with a building that can train military units. Hera continuing with the food. 23 villagers. Another cool feature, by the way, the Vietnamese on Rage Forest is don't forget, don't sleep on paper money. Their lumberjacks can be upgraded to generate a tiny, tiny trickle of gold, but free gold is free gold. No upgrades for anybody. We are still full. Is this a version of the map where you get rewarded for booming? Is this like who will have the most villagers at the 20-minute mark of the game? Because nobody's making any effort to attack into anyone else. Bunch of houses to the back for our Britain. Bunch of oh my god, how similar are these two players at the exact same time doing the exact same thing? Absolutely incredible. It's not like there's lack of space here for them to put down houses. They can literally put down houses anywhere the hell they want, and they're both choosing at the exact same time to go to the rear. Oh, Hera's planning a big push here of villagers. I'm assuming villagers because, again, he doesn't even have a barracks. Hey, Martin. Okay, what's the house's HP like? All right, well, 18 minutes into the game, game number 2. This is the most action we've seen all game. with the exception of that one scout who took some damage from a boar who is now healing up inside the castle with a few longbow friends. Okay. I think, Aaron, the prize pool is 45,000 US, if I'm not mistaken. Ooh, what do I spy here? The Ark of the Covenant being lowered into its secret compartment. Are we getting monasteries? Are we collecting relics? You'd like to think every single little ounce of gold would help here. If they're indeed rushing up to Imperial, it looks like our Britain economy, even though he's got fewer villagers, a lot more food and gold. Very, very interesting. Hera has more town centers, so he has more villagers total. But where are his why are his villagers allocated so differently? Even though he's got more on food, he's got less food. Bear attacks. Oh, the villagers band together. I don't think a loomless villager could have survived that on his own. And there we go. There's Imperial. But you're rushing up to Imperial. I want to ask why. Okay, I knew he was going to delete it the second he left us, and Hera sees it immediately. Oh, a little bit too slow. But he traps the scout, and the scout sees the longbows and the castle. So now Hera knows he's up against an archer play. Yeah, he saw all of it. And so immediately, what does he do? University, barracks. Is this villager trapped? No, of course it's not trapped. It's Hera. But your Britain is here. He hasn't exactly brought the strongest army in the world. Tenchi, nice to see you. You know, longbows with no upgrades are not exactly the strongest in the game. They're basically like Mayan plumed archers with their shitty attack, but a little bit of a stronger attack, I think, than a plumed archer, which is a base of 5. Both of them building universities. There's Town Watch. Hera realizes he's about to get pushed into. He wants to see as much as he can, as far as he can. Let's see that upgrade kick into effect. There it is. Farming community very exposed here for Hera. Surprised he's not building any kind of wall off here. By the way, kudos to Mem for creating the Black Forest map where you can kind of try to wall. This is like a Land Madness, I think, where you can try to wall parts of it in, and there's a big fat castle drop. Hera's en route to Imperial, 2 minutes away, going skirmishers. They perform mediocre against longbows. Conversion attempted, conversion denied, no ballistics yet. Finally does click into ballistics, but look at Hera's economy. And this is this looks like a repeat of game number 1, where Villese is pushing in, but not getting any damage done. Did get the first kill of the game with that one scout about an hour ago. Since then, not much. And now he's gonna lame what? A blacksmith in a market? A little bit of wood? Do pros use the new auto farm placement? I think so. I've seen a lot of streaming pros do it. And there we go. We're about to find out Vietnamese range versus Britain range. And take a look at this skirmisher. No 35 HP for you. No basic 35. You are at 42. 20% more. I mean, you think it's going to be siege? Well, there's your siege workshop. But Hera's 12 seconds away from Imperial. Only now he started training a trebuchet. Of course, his wood count is really, really low as our Britain. He needs to focus right now. What do you want to go? Archers? Siege? He's got his own siege here. He's going to start pummeling away at the town center. Little does he know. Let's see his vision. So he has seen the 2 flanking town centers. He has not seen the one to the rear. So little does he know that even if Hera loses this town center, it's not exactly the end of the world for him. Hera expanding up here with houses. Villagers do have looms. Shouldn't be afraid of that bear at all. Oh, Hera loses the town center. You know, when you attack into your opponent's town center, especially in a tournament, and they're not repairing it, you better be prepared for an insanely strong archer push. There's a reason Hera wasn't repairing this town center, and that reason is wood. He did not want to spend a single 2x4 because he has gone up to Imperial skirmishers. Look at the attack bonuses. Archer plus 5. Cav Archer probably not going to see today. But to counter it, our Britain's going onager. Oh my goodness. For 25 minutes. 25 minutes. Nothing was happening. But all of a sudden, Explosive action here. Treb needs to figure out something else to attack. A mill in a house is not going to cut it. Our Britain, what are your upgrades on your archers? +3, +1. So Bracer is there. No chemistry, no yeoman. Imperial skirmishers do want to move in. I mean, Hera can train these guys all the live long day. Look at his resources: 35 on wood, 54 on food. 5 archery ranges to 2 castles. Okay, good mango shot right there. He's got another one. The skirmishers are not going to do very well against mangonels, duh. But you know what will do well? A bombard cannon and 4 freaking trebuchets. 1 ball. Run away, run away, run away! Oh, just barely gets away. Yeah, he lost the other TC as well up here to the north. And look at the army counts, 40 to 17, but of that 40, 30 of it is skirmishers. It kind of sucks for the Britons. They don't have any real kind of major good way to deal with these skirmishers. The longbows, oh, they're just gonna melt. Oh my god, he got 3 at once. Look at that incredible micro. Okay, bombards deflect. Dodge the balls. The rocks, rather, and now they're pushing out. Oh no, oh no, oh no! Oh no. No. No, we wanted to see the big ranged war here. Villese. Did I curse it by saying that it was a repeat of game number 1 where he was the aggressor from the beginning? Didn't get anything accomplished besides a little bit of damage, in this case 2 town centers, and then Hera's military industrial complex kicked in and just steamrolled him? This is literally a repeat of game number 1. Except instead of light cavalry with Lakitic Legacy, we see Imperial skirmishers from our Vietnamese. Oh, look at this. It looks like he did ultimately get a bombard cannon with what? Oh, there's a Treb down here. My bad. Did our Britain, by the way, get any unique technologies? No, he didn't. I don't see Warwolf. I don't see Yeoman. Of course not. Those are 2. Actually, look at his resources. Villese has resigned a little bit early in the 2 games. Very strange. He pushed in, he wanted to get damage done immediately, and it kind of like he didn't, and so immediately just kind of gave up. Man, okay. Well, there we go. Game number 2 going to Hera. Bear with me while I set up game number 3. By the way, I can still chat while we watch this screen as I set up the next game. And back we go. Elam, you might be right. The bombard cannons really, I mean, obviously you can fight the bombard cannons, you can try with the longbows, but he just was not upgrading those longbows at all. Oh, goodness gracious, we're on Alpine in game number 3. Fernando, you think Villese is a little bit rusty? Let's see. Let's keep it. It's 2 games into a best of 7. We're on Alpine, by the way, which we saw if you saw my videos a few days ago. Looks like a giant pimple where both players start in a bit of a pit. I really like that Rage Forest map that Memb created. I love the bears that are protecting the boars. I love that sign, the smith and the market. Catherine, not a fan of this. Not a fan of this map. Jetty thinks it's spicy a meatball. And let's see. Villese this time as the Persians. Hera as the Romans. Wouldn't it be funny if he tried to Persian town center rush him? The Persian douche, as it's colloquially called. Even though they're like 20 tiles, 10, 15, not 10, maybe 15 to 20 tiles apart. I don't know. It seems like Villese resigned a little early the first 2 games. He had an opportunity. Or maybe he just went super duper all in. and we're just scared by the response. Sometimes you can see a few steps ahead if you're a pro player, and you just realize, oh, I don't even know what the hell I'm gonna how am I gonna deal with 4 bombard cannons? Now the answer might be Warwolf. Warwolf will definitely help with bombard cannons, or at the very least force Hera to micro those bombard cannons while you do something else with your army, and so could distract him or could kill those bombards. Who knows? Nobody will ever know. I guess maybe there is a multiverse somewhere out there where that game continued on, and we got to see how the players... By the way, if you're not sure what the hell just happened, Vilese's horse, which looks identical to Hera's, tried to block the villager from getting this boar. And now he's up here. The only difference between these two horses that you can see is on the mini map, or if you highlight them and their health bars come up. Otherwise, they look the exact same. Whose horse is who? I have no freaking clue. I would not eat a shoe. And okay, look, I guess the outline behind the tree is also tells you which player it is, right? This one has a red outline, that one has a blue. Oh my god, he is douching! He is Persian douching! Villese! Oh my god, he is so aggressive in this tournament. Hera, look at him, so nonchalant. 2 villagers. I mean, he sees it. And there you go. If you're wondering why the hell Red did this, it's because Persian town centers come with twice the HP. And so they can take an absolute beating while they mete out an absolute beating. And Hera is doing the thing he needs to be doing, which is not panicking, not responding immediately, not worrying about it for now. Just gather your wood, be able to repair. Remember, they don't need to, you don't need to have stone in your bank account anymore to repair this. Now you need the, just basically wood. And so we'll see how successful this is. Hera's town center is already down 1,000 HP. Villese is basically all in. He's got 19 villagers to 20. He's training more. What's his economy looking like at the left side of the map? Just a few lumberjacks and some berry pickers for now. Still not sure whose horse is who at the moment. Let's leave it unclicked and enjoy the confusion as Villese loses another villager. Yikes. Yeah, Aaron, he did. Like I said, Vilese's play here, very aggressive, which I like, but very, very strange. Okay, so Hera's abandoning ship. Forget that. You can have my area. There's no gold except for these 2 piles. This map, by the way, Alpine, incredibly rich in resources. Look at that. 18,000 gold, 18,000 stone, 44,000 gold. Now the question is, was Villese going to follow him and douche him again? Scrubs, nice to see you. 1 random palisade wall, 99.93. This is the doubt palisade wall that never went up. So Hera realizing that there's really no reason to keep this town center alive in this area except a bit of food and gold, and there's plenty of gold out on the map, just calmly continues about his way, says, you know what, I'm just going to keep doing the same thing I've been doing. You're going to be so far behind in terms of the resources you spent, the villager idle time to construct this, and then the villagers inside of it, that you are going to be way too far behind. And Hera is now rushing up to feudal age, and Romans in the feudal age. Where's the barracks? No barracks yet. I'm assuming we're going to see some of those amazing infantry units out of him, but time will tell. By the way, 48 people watching, hello and welcome. If you're new here, come and say hello. If you like what you see, hit the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. But even if you don't like what you see, come and say hello anyway. We're a very nice bunch of people. And I'm glad you could join. I mean, this is just a waste of time now. He's going up to feudal age. You don't need to attack your opponent's houses. Again, complete waste of time here by Villese. Emmanuel Gonzalez, hello, and welcome to a waste of villager time as they pop into the town center, pop back out, and now having destroyed somebody's house, they are confident that they can continue being lumberjacks. Let me, hello, hello. Is the GM good morning? And here we go, barracks for our Persian. Barracks stable, okay. So we're gonna get to see scouts, I'm assuming, or light cavalry units. Both players, by the way, still have their horses. Oh my god, you know, it's some of these maps you have to wonder how much weed did the developers smoke when they scripted this map. And one guy was like, hey, you know what would be funny? You know what would be funny? Forget a scout. Give them a horse. Of course, of course. Vardan, hello, hello. Exploring the map, looking for relics, probably. Red has seen a good chunk of Hera's side, although I guess there's really no sides anymore. By the way, our Persian is ahead of a number of villagers. What he doesn't know is about to hit him is a Castle Age Roman. A Castle Age Roman with a stable. And so even their knights, which are nothing special, are gonna absolutely wreck this, especially since he's going skirmishers. Ay. Ay, 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 ay. Thanks, Emmanuel. I'm glad you enjoy. Etienne, yes, it is a fast castle play. I thought we were going to get to see some kind of infantry, but Hera says, you know what's better than infantry? Infantry on a horse. Hunters are trying to depopulate the hunting grounds for the Persian as well, thieving 140 of his food. And there you go, Hera sees. Now, is it going to be knights? Is it going to be light cavalry units? I'm assuming it's got to be knights, right? Even though his gold count isn't exactly the greatest. But there's the market, so he can have as much gold as he wants. He just has to sell his stuff, all his earthly possessions. And there's Castle Age, 14-minute mark. What an amazing Castle Age timing for somebody getting pushed into with a Persian douche. And there's the knight. No upgrades whatsoever, but he doesn't need them. His opponent has a few spearmen who, don't get me wrong, spearmen still come with a plus 15 attack bonus against cavalry. So you have enough of them. Now he's poking the horse's ass. Hera's scout's very weak. Let's take a look at Vilese's vision, by the way. Now he sees the knight. Okay, good poke off. That was a fantastic 20 HP, just like that in the blink of an eye. I'm not too sure how much a tower is really going to be useful against knights, but okay. Let's see it. Hera is expanding with another town center. I'm not gonna jinx it, even though I really want to say it, that this game is starting to resemble again game number 1 and 2, where Villese is just incredibly aggressive early on, but doesn't have a game plan for dealing with the response to the aggression. Yeah, I'm glad the horse survived as well. Goodbye Horses is one of my favorite songs. Only in part because of the scene with Buffalo Bill in Silence of the Lambs. Only in part because of that. But aside from that, it's a fantastic song. And the... Oh my god. Well, it might not be the longest stream tonight. It might not be the longest stream tonight. He catches out a bunch of villagers, and now Villese... What are his resources like? Nowhere close. No market. Well, there you go. If you want to study against how to fight a Persian town center attack, study this game. Because Hera just, again, abandoned ship. Didn't even bother repairing his town center. Escaped over here. Got up to feudal. Got his infrastructure. Got up to Castle Age. Realizing how far this pushes you back, and now he's out on the map with knights. He's catching out villagers in the middle of nowhere. Now he's going to start getting relics. Villese, did I jinx it by saying it's like game number 1 and 2? Again, a lot of aggression from our Persian, but no response to the aggression, which is weird. He should probably have a game plan in mind for what would happen if your opponent defends against this, no? Otherwise, you're just doing all-ins every single time, which Hera can easily defend. Take a look at my video of him playing against Red Phosphoru And that'll tell you how bad it is to go against Hera all in when he knows you're going to go all in or suspects you are. Emmanuel, no, I haven't. If I have enough time tonight and if I'm not exhausted, I will jump into that cast. I know, Catherine. I'm trying not to be so gross calling it a... In any event, let me go and load up game number 4, and might be the last game. Let's take a look. All right, it's loaded. Let's get ready to watch. By the way, those transitions, the screen, all of it is just, you know, my first go at this stuff. So bear with me if any of it derps out or, you know, shits the bed or whatever. Game number 4 in this best of 7. I know, Catherine. Believe me, I know. Game number 7, or rather game number 4 of 7 finds us on migration. If you're not familiar with this map, everyone starts with a town center on an island, opposite side of a big, usually, yeah, letter H or I. If you tilt your head to the left, this is an H for Hera. If you tilt it to the right, this is an I for, I guess, I like Villese. And they both start, and then the name of the game is to migrate, which is why the name of the map is Migration, to the center island, perhaps get a navy up. This is where all the main resources are, and wood becomes very important in this map. By the way, gorgeous. I love when they insert these into the game. I absolutely love them. Let's take a look at the Civ. Okay, we've got some 2 interesting naval-ish civilizations. Villese with the Dravidians, their docks provide population space, so like a bulwark for the poles. Their fishing ships carry extra food, and they have the Therisidai, a pretty damn crazy, basically, what am I thinking of? It's like a mix of a war wagon, speaking of, we'll take a look at the Koreans in a second, like a mixture of the war wagon and the Chukanu, right? Fires multiple arrows, insanely armored. Speaking of insanely armored, though, the Koreans are no slouches on the water either. They've got the turtle ship, which has an insane amount of armor, and basically the gunpowder version of a fast fire ship, and their ships cost 20% less wood. So potentially some fun naval battles here. Let's see some unique naval units, which honestly is not something we usually see. The Navy in Age of Empires, the naval side of the game, is a little bit lackluster. Who's kidding who? There's what, like 12 units on the whole, including unique units? But in any event, we'll see who makes landfall first. It looks like our Dravidian had his dock up first. Nobody really is training any transports. Nobody is really rushing to go up to the next age. And so for now, just depopulating the wildlife on their native islands. Thank you, Catherine. I'm glad it's... I'm glad they look nice, the transitions and stuff. In soccer, you know the player is trying to score, but you can't stop it, just like you can't stop Hera massively. Yeah, I mean... there are ways to stop anybody. Nobody's got like 100% win record in this game. Even Hera's win record is in the 70%-ish, let's say. I don't remember if it's like 73 or 71. But yeah, I mean, I definitely would not want to be in Villese's shoes right now, down 3-0 against the world's current best player. And there it is. There's the transport ship. So Villese is going to make landfall first. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say what this is reminding me of, as he is the first one to become aggressive out on the map. But let's see what he decides to do. A bit of a weird situation here with that transport ship. Obi-Wan, no, it did not. And I'm hoping I have the energy to cast it, because for now we are firmly in the Hera Villese side of the tournament. Yeah, Catherine, that is a sentiment that is probably shared by many people. And like I said, the naval side of Age of Empires, I get why you want it. in the game. I get it. These guys, Red Phosphorus said something recently during his live stream that was brilliant. Whenever you play a naval game, if you don't go docks and your opponent does, you just lose, because these, as he calls them, are extra town centers. Because not only can they train the villager of the sea, the fishing ship, they can also train military units. By the way, does Hera see these guys? I don't think he sees the southern one. Yeah, okay. So he sees one, not the other. And Villese yet again, being the aggressive one. We'll see if it pays dividends this time. Hera's too solid. I mean, yeah, look. Hera's mastered this game in a way that, in a very technical way. And that's why he's just almost impossible to beat. There's players like, don't get me wrong, players like the Viper, like Doubt, MBL, they have an amazing game sense. But when it comes to pure technical, it's Hera's basically, I think, the head and shoulders above everyone else at the moment. But remember, all of that stuff can change in the blink of an eye. There's always new players. There's always players falling from #1 spot. But I still think we are very much in the age of Hera when it comes to Age of Empires. And I have zero complaints about that. Hera's just an amazing player to watch. Plus his live streams on Twitch. If you don't watch him on Twitch, highly recommend it. They are super fun. Look at the dock slowly sinking into the water. Yikes. What a cool animation. By the way, Hera has ringed his island with 1, 2, 3 docks. Which means Villese is going to have to build a lot of ships, which means he's going to need to spend his wood on those ships and not on, for example, a town center, as he's beginning to gather all the food sources. Oh, Villese. Okay, now he's got a game plan behind this. It's not just pure aggression. Oh my god, he's transporting the yaks? No. Why? I guess, again, he doesn't want to spend the wood on anything other than ships. So Hera, what he's doing, by the way, with these 3 very far apart docks, is he's forcing warships out of his opponent until he's ready to push out. Because if Villese didn't patrol these 3 docks, Hera would just use one of them to build a transport and then go into Center Island here. Instead, he's forcing this constant patrolling, this constant use of warships and wood, and then maybe later, once he's ready, he'll fight them. But for now, really, no one's taking Center Island. Except these yaks, which are going to be transported back home for the slaughterhouse. Although it currently looks like Villese is taking the water. 5 kills to 0, including 4 fishing ships and perhaps a villager. Nah, he's going to escape. Another fishing ship bites the dust here. Let's see it go down. I love... The one thing I will say about water engagements is I absolutely love the death animations. I love as they sink into the water. Especially the unique units. The longboat, the Therisidai, the turtle ship. The Draman was super cool to see for the first time months and months ago. Look at that, Villese baiting these fire ships with his very, very weak. Do you even have a villager to repair it? No. Is something going to pop out of here to save you? Oh, just barely. No, but there's one coming from the left. So he's going to keep Hera chasing. Don't bump into each other? Okay, perfect. No! That was so close. Remember, after a fire ship dies, the flame that it shoots out, its last dying breath, it still attacks you. So he could have easily lost this fire ship, which he's now repairing. Brilliant. Brilliant play so far. But Hera responds. He's got 4 to the 3 of his opponent. Let's take a look at the HP. Bit of a sour HP there for Villese, who's not only outnumbered, but his ships are weaker on the whole. But a demo. Hera saw it earlier. Oh, he's sending the weak one. Beautiful, beautiful demo hit. Getting 2 for 1. Even though they were weak as shit, getting 2 for 1 is still not bad. And now Hera's in Castle Age, just like every other game we've seen so far today. And immediately he's gonna get War Galley. His ships will mature into from galley to ships, I guess. Yeah, Sean, that's a good point. Maybe he knows that Villese is gonna be super duper aggressive, and so all he has to do is survive the first bout of aggression. And by the way, younger brother versus older brother. Younger brother is not winning this. Although maybe the fire ship. Oh, the HP they're evening out so ever so slowly. No, he does lose at the end. Okay, so there you go. To all of the younger brothers out there, you can beat the shit out of your older brother and live to tell the tale. Fire ship circling the south. Is it going to see the scout? Sees the deer, sees the scout. The scout sees it as well. And finally, Villese puts down a town center in the center island. But he's lost all control of the water here as the turtle ship comes out. I mean, they're both in Castle Age. What is happening? I thought they were repairing it. I was like, well, wait a second. It already has its full HP. Oh, you mean in general? It depends on the game, I guess. The ones I've seen, he's been kind of 50-50, but so far, at least in this best of 7, he has played reactionary all the day. Okay. 200 HP to 70. Red needs to get the hell out of here, buy some time for this ship to get repaired. But even with this one, oh, never mind. There's a third one that popped out. Hello, where are you going? Where are you going? Help your teammates out. By the way, there's a villager here. If you don't see the hammer flicking out like a cat tongue. But even the villager's not enough. Ultimately, Hera outnumbered, outmuscled, does lose those 2 fire ships in here. So Villese's pretending, I think, to try to fight this. Not really investing too much, although 1 villager building a town center. I guess this is the afterthought, not the water. When you've got 1 villager building a town center, kind of signals to the world that you're not really in a rush to get that town center up, as opposed to 4 or 5 villagers who are already here for Hera, making landfall on the western side of the island. Now Hera outnumbers his opponent. I love, by the way, that the shape of Center Island, it makes you go a long way around to get to your opponent's side of the map. It's not flat. It's got those like these little isthmuses on every end, 4 of them, so that your ships have to go the longer route. And Hera's now gonna do to Villese, although, okay, I was gonna say he doesn't have a dock, but yes, of course he does. But Villese's units again outnumber his opponent. They are just as strong now. And they do get, repair. Okay. Yikes. Everyone is just losing fire ships. I'm curious. I made the statement that there's 12 naval units. I'm going to look it up afterwards. I think there's like 12. Hera sees the expansion to the center. Does Villese know his opponent is there? Yeah, he sees 1 town center, doesn't see the other one yet. And now finally he is getting the relics. There are 1, 2, 3, 4. Holy shit. Look at this, just Orion's belt of relics here. Oh, demo explodes. Looks like Hera lost a whole bunch of ships there. It depends. If Hera wins this one, then yes, it will be the last in this best of 7. Although the kill count, 30 to 21, 6 civilians to 3. Oh, but this bad boy, let's see him with the spiky back. Oh, they're trying to go after him, but there's a bunch of body blocking fire ships here as well. So Villese has to get the hell out of here. He needs reinforcements. Is he training them? Yes. Yes, he is. Remember, the cool thing about the turtle ship is it's like the cataphract on the water. You see ship 8? That's an anti-ship armor, anti-ship bonus armor. So like the cataphract takes away anti-cavalry damage, bonus damage. This takes away anti-ship damage, which means these fire ships, which rely on their bonus of +3 against ships, do no bonus damage. So they're just attacking 1 HP every quarter second. And another turtle ship comes out. They are so good at taking down ships, but they need to be protected. A demo, he's clumped. How did that not kill more? How did that demo not kill more? And that's it. Hera's got firm control of the south, the north. Okay. Might want to use those ships to defend, but Hera's got nothing really to defend over here. Not that he needs it. Let's see what's going on in the land as a mangonel presses in. Okay, now Villese sees the expansion of his opponent here. And now it is Hera who spent a lot of resources on the water. Turtle ships are not cheap. Even with the 20% wood discount, they are not cheap. I think they still got, what is it, 180 gold? Oh, this is one of their big weaknesses, though. Ooh, another one. Oh, that was so close. That was so close. Let's see how that mangonel is doing. Well, that mangonel's dead. Looks like 2 mangoes mutually assured destruction here. Hera's mango has 1 kill. Looks like the scout and the villager possibly died over here as well. Where are the turtles? Oh, I missed the death of the turtle ships. Oh, I'm so upset. 25 minutes and I'm going to rewind at the end of the game. I need to see the death of those turtle ships. I apologize. Hera's chasing in. This is probably just a vision thing right now. He wants to see what kind of navy his opponent has over here. On the water, he's going to fight over here. Now mangoes are fighting one another. I don't know about entering into a mangonel war with the Koreans. Minimum range reduced from 3 to 1, and then they can upgrade to have 10 maximum range. Oh, the scout killed a monk? Okay, there you go. Watch that in replay. Also around 25-minute mark. More fire ships on the water. Looks like Hera's going to take this easily. Up here. Looks like Hera's going to take this one easily too. Why is Villese not using his navy? Okay, I like the dock over here for the fishing ships. Yeah, I know these games were played hours and hours ago. We'll definitely take a look. I want to see the turtle ships, and I'll take a look at that scout killing the monk. But Korean castle is up. Our Korean is headed to Imperial, a few seconds behind our Dravidian. Where are you researching Imperial Age from? Oh, the safety of your home island. And it looks like Hera's cleaned up all the water in front of his base. He's cleaned up all the water kind of to the south of this island. He's got a dock so he can invade this main island if he ever wants to. And now a counter castle being placed by the Dravidian. That's so sour. The opponent's castle just raining hell down on you. It literally constructed 5 seconds ago. Already has 3 kills. And Hera's trapping the monk. He's trapping the monk and down it goes. So no relics for you. And now Hera says, you know what? I can't really be here the entire time to defend against you getting these monks. So I'm just going to put down a castle. Has he seen, by the way, the additional? No, look how sour that is. It's literally 1 tile to the south. Literally 1 tile to the south. So Hera just barely missing the location of those 2 extra relics. And we're about to see Imperial. Impressive timing for Imperial, by the way, from both players around the 30-minute mark. And Hera continues to send on move command his fire ships. I'm not too sure why he keeps doing this. Keeps running this gauntlet. Whose Treb will pop out first. Fast fire ships. So Villese is committing to the water. He's getting 2 Trebs of his own. Our Korean just 1 Treb. He's getting chemistry as well. Mangonel sees the Korean tower. No Yupsung for this tower just yet. And so just the +2 Bodkin range upgrade. And here we go. Our Dravidian. Where are you going with your villagers? You're so good at popping them in and out of your town center. Why don't you pop them into the castle? Yikes. escapes by the skin of her teeth, and now he's back. 2 more docks. Hera sees it all, by the way, with this outpost, or maybe not all, but he sees a lot of it with his outpost. Look at this vision from our Korean. He sees the entirety of the opponent's military area. So let's see what's going on around the map. Looks like a villager tried to build a house, got it, and then died. To the south, more fire versus more fire. But now these are fast fire ships. Again, okay, against these fast fire ships. Stats identical. Looks like the Korean is running out of stone. Hera's only got 100 stone. He's buying stone. Villese selling food. He doesn't need to buy stone. He's got 500 with 13 stone miners. He's training another Treb. No, he's not. But he does have 3 bombard cannons about to pop out. 1, 2, 3, and once these guys pop, I mean, this is in a bit of enemy territory here. So Villese learned from game number 3 of bombard cannon, Britain, Vietnamese gameplay. Villese's 20% behind. Yeah, that's because he does all these all-in plays. Castle down for Hera. He's got 1 left over here. Town center's down as well. Uh-oh. Our Koreans' situation on the island is becoming very dire all of a sudden. He's losing Trebs as well. Rather, is about to lose the Treb. Villagers are repairing the bombard cannons. Trebs are here. Wagons are out, but they are so ridiculously tanky. You're not going to save this one either. And now this castle's under attack. He is forcing Hera, who has 0 villagers on stone, to get the market working. And by the way, Villese is, aside from up north here, he is in firm control of the water right outside Hera's base as well. Hera does have that dock up here that we saw earlier on, but what is he training? A few fast fire ships. Villese's 25 villagers ahead. 15 army count to 8. And Hera keeps having to buy stone. That is so sour. The last thing you want to do when you're buying stone is the... Oh, the Treb connects with the BBC and down it goes. Villagers too slow to repair, though. Okay. Stalemate, silence happening here. Oh, just when you thought it was all quiet, out comes a Dravidian cannon galleon. Oh, damn you. Damn you, Bracer. Gets those 2 fishing ships, but now his castle's under attack. What's your building attack bonus, by the way? Plus 200. So similar to a bombard cannon, actually. Interesting. No, 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 no. There you go. Okay. 2 war wagons are here defending. Hera is fighting on the water. But Red is starting to absolutely just pump out more and more units. He's even got 2 roomies. Trample damage roomies are chasing villagers. Remember, their trample damage, or their charge attack rather, does trample damage. I like that he's pairing the fast fire ship with the cannon galleon to keep it nice and safe. Bombard needs to... But, I mean, as long as you can keep pumping out war wagons, these units are very tanky. They can snipe these BBCs. They can take a brutal punishment, these units. Skirmishers are not going to do very well against them at all. You need numbers, and this unit's on the high ground. Yikes. What is it? Oh my goodness! Villese takes a W. I was going to say, what's going on around the map? Hera's expanded to the north. These towers are now guarding those relics, but there's a castle up, so he's done with that. Villese, by the way, with this outpost and with that, all the vision, we'll see if his opponent ever tries to take the stone. And now look at the army counts, 27 to 9, literally 3 times more army, 31 more villagers. And Hera's position here to the south just completely destroyed. I love the turtle ships. I have to go back to the 25-minute mark to see those turtle ship deaths. What killed you? Oh, a very well-placed demo. Let's do it in slow motion. Oh, yeah. Oh, I love the death animations on water. Absolutely epic. And then, Obi-Wan, you said the scout micro here. Okay, there it is. So let's see the... All right, he's heading back. But Blue Scout is on the hunt. Oh, he went right. If he had gone left, maybe he could have garrisoned inside the town center, but no, he went right. Okay, Hera kills the scout, drops the relic, attempts to convert. Romeo and Juliet here, mutually assured destruction. That was pretty damn epic. That was pretty fun. Hera, beautiful micro there to get the monk, and then our Dravidian, great micro. I guess no micro at all to get that scout that killed the monk, that got the relic, that killed the scout, that won the game. Well, there you go. Right, Catherine? It was a very, very satisfying death animation for turtle ships. All of the unique units have amazing death animations. Okay, well, there we go. Villese took a game off of Hera. Let me set up the next game. Let's see. Let's go all the way to 7. Oh, Needless You. Nice to see you. Maybe your presence has inspired Villese to bring his A game. Although saying that's a bit weird since he probably has been bringing his A game the whole time. All right. Best of 7. Hera needs 1 more win. Villese needs to win the next 4 in a row. Otherwise, he is eliminated, and we are on Arabia. Some people love it. Some people hate it. But let's see what we're working with here. Portuguese against the Hindustanis. Okay, so a couple of early game bonuses. These guys, foragers. I don't know what word I was trying to say there. Their foragers also generate wood. In case, you want a little bit more extra wood, or you wanted cheaper villagers. It used to be 5, 10, 15, 20. Nice and easy for casters to remember. Now it's 8, 13, 18, 23. And just bear with me, guys. I think my chat froze. Let me just reset my chat here. Just bear with me. All right, there we go. Maruban, nice to see you. All right, so let's see what our Portuguese player, our Hindustani, doing. Both of them sitting at 15 villagers a pop. Unless you really plan on sticking around in the Dark Age, that Hindustani cheaper villager feature, saving 8% of 50 food, doesn't really kick in until I think, if I had to guess, probably like mid-feudal, early to mid-feudal. Well, 8% is a pretty good savings, right? For food with every villager, because usually the players go up on 19 villagers. Let's make it an even 20 just to make it easier. If you go up on 20 villagers and you've saved 4 food per villager, that's really a savings of 80 food. And so you can have a quicker uptime, but it's not the craziest advantage. It really, I think, in feudal, once you start getting your economy up and running and start needing food for spearmen and skirmishers and scouts, that's when the savings really do kick into effect. Because, yeah, look, our Hindustani, though, is going to hit the next age. That being said, he did skip on 2 villagers. So Villese is going up on 17 villagers right now. Hera's wood count, if you look at the top left of your screen where my mouse is, 203, 204, 205. That's because of the berry pickers. I believe the ratio is 1 to 3. Seems to be the standard ratio. I think the pole stone miners are the same thing with their gold generation. It's usually 0.33 of a resource for every 1 that's gathered of the other. Yeah, exactly, Lemmy. It's when they start dying and you have to start replenishing them that it really, it pays dividends, I guess, in the later stages of the game significantly, especially since they become, you know, again, it's a weird number, 23%. It used to be 20, so I guess it's better, but not really for the caster who has to try to figure out what the hell is 23% of 50 food. But yeah, it really now is where Hindustani is going to start feeling the discount. Especially since he's starting to catch up in villager count with his opponent, which means that he's the exact same villager count, but he's got now almost 80 extra food compared to his opponent. Even though, I mean, that's on paper. In reality, Hera does have 300 more food than his opponent. And Hera, what is he going to do? He's got a scout to the back of the Hindustani base. Has our Hindustani seen where our Portuguese player is? Of course he has. And will Villese follow the pattern of game number 1, game number 2, game number 3, and game number 4? Will he be the one who puts on the aggression? And if so, will Hera respond? And if so, will Villese respond to the response of the response? Let me catch up in some chat. Raptor Hacker. Oh, it's not a boring game. I can see Dark Age, some people saying it's boring. This game? Look at this. How can you say this is boring? Look at these little men on little horses with little trails of dust behind them, fighting each other. By the way, no kills yet. 8.5 minutes into the game. Hera banked a good amount of food, used that to pump out 4 scouts. But our Hindustani, with that extra food that he's got, saved on spending on villagers, now has 5 scouts. Although might lose a villager here. Nope. Hera takes a whack at that villager and runs away. The best civ right now? Ooh. I don't have any thoughts. I love if I had to pick a civ that I would think is that I personally would enjoy kind of playing once I do start playing, probably the Saracens. I mean, that should come as no shock to anyone who's watched my live streams before. The Saracens are just absolute beasts. Oh. But honestly, I don't think there is such a thing as the best civ. I think it's situational, right? Not to get all lawyery on you, but it really does depend. It depends on your map spawn, it depends on your opposing civilization, and it depends on your gameplay and your level of mechanics. Really, any civ can beat any civ on any map, with very, very few exceptions. Obviously, there's very, very few there's exceptions to every rule, but on the whole, and I think the proof is in the pudding, right? There's no civilization in this game that's ever had anything higher than like a 55 or 60% win rate as number 1. By the way, very, very injured Hindustani scouts. Very, very healthy. Portuguese scouts. Needless likes the polls. Sorry guys, I am catching out. I'm catching up on the chat. For some reason, it's YouTube sometimes freezes the chat on me. Corey, nice to see you. Corey, I'm assuming at some point now with the introduction of the Armenian feature, we are going to get to see some kind of archers in the Dark Age. They're probably going to be weak as shit. They're probably going to have like 2 range. Like Stone Age. I don't even know what. I was going to say slingers, but that is a Castle Age Incan unit, surprisingly. But with the Armenians able to train spearmen in Dark Age, it's only a matter of time till the developers, you know, get the idea. Hey, let's do that with cavalry and then infantry as well, or archer units as well. And so we'll see. But for now, yeah, not part of the game. Oh my God, Marco! I loved playing Myst, even though I got stuck all the time. Myst was an amazing game. Super slow, but super exciting. Catherine likes the Byzantines. Oh yeah, Breath of the Wild is gorgeous. Raptor, you just don't like the Dark Age. Okay, Hera's ahead in army count. Villager count is identical. No players banking any kind of resources to speak of. What's the army compositions? When the army numbers are the same, you always have to look at composition. So skirmisher counters archer, halberdier, oh my goodness, idiot, halberdier and feudal. Maybe one day. Spearman counters scout. All right, so let's see this battle. We've got some very cool micro out of both players in the feudal age here. It looks like Hera's getting more units, more kills than his opponent, and all of a sudden our Hindustani's army count is down 17 to 10. And as powerful as skirmishers are against archers, Hera doesn't care. He'll lose his archers because it means the scouts can close in on the skirmishers. And now with the last spearman gone, nothing to defend. Uh-oh. Run away to the safety of your town center. Sean likes the Italians with the Ninja Turtle Genoese crossbow. That was very, very bad for our Hindustani. He really, I mean, what I'm going to say is he's banking resources. So as long as he can keep Hera running around here in the front of his base, Hera's not going to be really able to bust in through the base with only 6 archers and 3 scouts, especially not if he loses a scout or 2. Although, actually, if he doesn't lose a scout, there is only a palisade here, and I don't think you can really build anything on this downslope. This is a very scary area here, and this is the last military unit that our Hindustani has. Oh, but he's clicking up to castle. Hera has already clicked up to castle. He's got archers here. He's got archers here. And that's it. Look at the military count for Hindustani. He's ahead villagers, though. He's got to hold on. He's got to hold on. Oh, he needs a little bit more gold. Sell your stone. Do you have a market? Yes, he has a market. He's clicked up. Here we go. We've got the Battle of the Castle Ages. Hera's going to be up a minute ahead of his opponent. Actually, over a minute. A little bit over a minute. And this is the annoying part about archers. You can't wall off with single houses, which is why this location for a wall off was... Really? What? Oh, man. You know, there's a reason I look at the bases every time I start my cast. And it's not because of farms looking weird when you place them on elevation. It's because of reasons like this. If you place your wall off on a hill, and then the wall off is 2 tiles away from your gold, and then the archers come along, you can't build a market behind this. The only defense to archer pushes in feudal age is to build a market so that they can't penetrate, because the market is so thick and juicy that the archer doesn't have the range for it. Even with fletching, some villagers are safe from it, but because it's so close to the gold, the only thing you could fit was houses. Maybe you should have placed the wall off here between the house and the gold instead of trying this. But again, I don't... What do you guys think? Do you think Villese should have resigned so quickly? Yeah, he must have been disheartened, right? Yeah, Sean, that did come out of nowhere. Yeah, he didn't want to fight this at all. John Yang, yes, you are. You are very late. Yeah. Hera has army. Hera has a minute advantage to the next stage. And Hera's about to bust in. And even if he doesn't bust in, he's going to push Villese off the gold. Villese has created a wall off here. He can go for this gold, but he has no army to defend anything. Now, even if you subtract 800 food and 200 gold, he still has the resources to build an army 1 unit at a time if he can defend this. This is a 12 army supply breathing down his neck. Oh, no. I don't know why Villese didn't keep an army inside of here. The only thing I could think of, like I said earlier, was he was trying to distract Hera while he was going up to Fast Castle. But Hera Fast Castled him. He's a minute away from Castle Age. Yeah, I don't know why he left the safety of his base to fight. Again, maybe to distract, maybe to keep Hera the hell away. But then, the running of the skirmisher here all the way all to here was fun. Distracted the scouts for a while, but Hera didn't fall for it. He sent his 9 archers down here immediately, and then the 3 scouts killed the skirmisher and then joined in on the fight. Wow, well, There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Hera takes it 4-1. Well, let me just click up here. There you go. And I believe that's going to be it for tonight. I really wish I had the energy to cast the Leary freaking Andy series. I've heard amazing things about it. But everyone, thank you so much for joining. I'm glad I at least got to cast this series, even though it seems a bit like a sweep. 4-1, not exactly a sweep, but sweep-ish. John, thanks for joining. Even for a minute, thanks for joining. And yeah, everyone, I am just exhausted. Tomorrow, my goal, here's my goal plan for the people watching. I'm going to try to cast every night this week. First of all, I'm going to try to cast the games live. If I can't cast them live, I'm going to try to cast them at night. And that's my plan. Tanmay, yes, I will at the exact same time. Usually I cast it around 8 p.m. my time, so it should be almost the exact same time. Today I needed an extra 15 minutes because, like I said, my baby's been having trouble sleeping, and it's just been taking care, wreaking havoc on all of us here. So I needed an extra 15 minutes to kind of like decompress, and the first 15 minutes I've had to myself all day. My poor wife is like just a complete mess. She's like exhausted. But yeah, like I said, the name of the game for me, if I can during the day, cast the games live so we can see, you know, the players picking their civilizations and stuff like that. And worst case scenario, if I can't cast them live, we'll watch them after the fact at around the same time. So thank you, everyone. John, I hope you show up a little bit earlier next time. I'm just kidding. I appreciate you saying hi anyway. But again, everybody, thank you so much for joining. I'm glad my animations worked. I'm glad the computer didn't crash. I'm glad Windows didn't choose this time to install any upgrades. And if you're new here, you like what you heard, you like what you saw, you like the community, feel free to hit that like button, join and subscribe. And yeah, aside from that, I will see everyone tomorrow, I hope, whether during the day or an evening. I apologize, I can't give you a better, more specific time, but you'll see when I'm live. Oh, Grinning Tavern Gaming, nice to see you live. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. Everyone, thank you so much. I appreciate it. All the yeah, I hope the baby sleeps well. So far, knock on wood, I'm hitting my head. Knock on wood that he's been asleep for a few hours already, that he stays asleep. So yeah, good night, everyone. Thanks for joining, and I'll see you hopefully tomorrow. Bye.